Hey y'all, this is Lindsay T, Lady Engineer, and today I want to talk about model market fit and scaling your business to $100 million in revenue. So I have a few other videos where I've talked about Brian Balfour's series on what we should be thinking about instead of product market fit. Now, I agree, we should be thinking about other things besides the simplicity of product market fit. So I really like this guy. He's a former VP of growth at Hubspot, huge company. He's a founder himself, has great insights. And he talks about 4 different fits that all have to work at the same time for you to grow to $100 million in revenue. And the one specifically is model market fit. Model being your business model and market being your customers and their willingness to pay. So you can imagine that it's a really simple calculation. If you want to get to $100 million and you know that your customers will pay $1,000 for your product, then 100 million divided by 1,000 is how many customers you have to find. And so realistically, when you are looking at your different markets, you have to see is your target market, your serviceable market, your total market, how much of that do you have to capture to grow to $100 million? Now, when should you start thinking about, is this business a $100 million business? Really, you should be thinking about it from the very beginning, but there's a challenge that I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs have a hard time with. The market size that you need to be venture backed and $100 million in revenue business is like this big, but the market size that you need to even start product development is like this big in comparison. So you have to be able to hold both both market sizes at the same time. I often see entrepreneurs come with these huge statistics and they say something like, oh, if I capture just 1% of this, then that's going to be a successful business. But I know that the journey from where they are to capturing 1% of that market is long and arduous. Now, Brian mentions, he says, I typically recommend that you have to start with like a niche market, but then he kind of like glosses over what that means and how small. So if you've seen other videos on my channel, when I say how small, I'm talking about early evangelists. These are the people that you do not have to educate on the problem. They're already looking for a solution. They can understand your ideas without having a product in front of them. They are your thought partners. They understand how painful this is, and they are so excited that you're going to design a solution. Okay, that market is super, super, super tiny. The big market that you present to investors, and I know I've seen this in another video, so I will make one of these little cards and link to it. It's this side or this side, I can't remember. The market size that you have to pitch to investors to show that you are a $100 million business is this big, and the market size that you need to start doing product development and validate your early idea is this tiny. All right, so you need to hold those two at the same time. Hold your ideas for scaling, but also understand that there's a lot of smaller, executable, tiny steps that you need to do. All right, guys, this is Lindsay T, Lady the Engineer. Subscribe, like, comment, reach out to me with questions. If you want to know more about my product market fit philosophy, you can find the book, download it from this YouTube channel. Just look at my cover photo and you'll see a link to that book. Talk to you later.